Alright guys, welcome back to the Cubist MTG. Today we're going to talk about something that's kind of new to me, but we're going to talk about grid drafting. I looked up a couple of different ways how to draft because, as most of you guys know, it's kind of hard to get 8 people together to do a full-blown draft with a few rounds. So I was looking up alternative ways to draft, and one of them is grid drafting. So what you do is you make up packs out of your cube just like you would with anything, but this is best with 2 players, which would be a lot easier to A, get another person to play with you, but also B, to practice with yourself. So what you do is you get 18 packs of 9 cards. Today we are going to take a look at a couple packs just to practice. And then we are going to do a full-fledged draft tomorrow. And then we're going to play a couple of practice games with the 2 decks just to check them out. So let's take a look over here. We're going to go over some strategies, and I'll explain how everything works. All right, so we'll crack our first pack here of 9 cards. So when you get your packs with your 9 cards, you're going to take them, and you're going to go from left to right, up to down. You're going to make a grid of 9. So we got Worn Power Stone, Shrine of Burning Rage, Quarter Paladin, Elder. Ooh. Gotta listen to my own strategy here. Hissing Quagmire, Pithing Needle, Grim Lava Mancer, Reanimate, and Stomping Ground. Now tomorrow I'll adjust this camera so that way we can see the whole 9 without having to overlap, but this will be fine for today. So what you do is you alternate between you and the other person. Tomorrow we'll be playing against Urza. And what you do is, so the first pack, say player 1 goes, you either pick all 3 cards across of any row, or you can do any column. And then after you pick your 3, that leaves the other way for the other person to play, and they can pick up, down, the same way that you went. So just for an example here, let's just take a peek and see what we were liking here. For me, I personally, a couple cards on here. Worn Power Stone is very good. Elder is pretty good. Grim Lavamancer is good. So if we want to go with like a more aggressive way, we're going to go with these top 3. It's not a bad way to start. Either a red deck wins with the Shrine or something like that. But I honestly think if we go up and down on this side, we can get a good green draft going. So I'm going to say player 1 is going to take these 3. So now that leaves the rest up to the other player. They get to pick one of the columns now. And I think that they would probably go with the Reanimate. It's obviously the strongest card out of there. So they're going to go with those 3. And then these other 3 are tossed away. And we go on to the next pack. So then now the player on the right here, Urza, is going to take his first pick. We're just going to do a couple packs here. And then tomorrow we're going to get everything going. All right. You want to try and keep everything going in the same way. Knight of the Reliquary, Ashiok, Lodestone Golem, Lightning Greaves, Coiling Oracle, Recruiter of the Guard, Dauntless Bodyguard, Mystic Confluence, Gideon and Trials. All right. Not bad. So if we're looking over here, we're checking out. We have Reanimate and Shrine as a couple of our things that we got going. So for him, this is kind of tough. These have a lot more interesting choices. I mean, if we were looking at a 9-pack card, I would either go with Mystic Confluence or Ashiok, just for me drafting. But since we already have the Reanimate, we want to get things into the graveyard, and we want to bring it back. So for that, Lodestone Golem is not really that bad. I mean, you can get that into play quickly if you can get that into turn 1. It's not horrible. So I think we're kind of looking at this left to right up at the top. So I think we're going to grab that. There's some really interesting choices going on here. It's a lot different than just normal drafting or sealed. Honestly, these choices are very hard. Over here, we're looking at green and Power Stone. I don't think we want the Greaves. I mean, that's just not even a choice here. So I think we're going with the bottom, which is Mystic Confluence and Gideon and Dauntless Bodyguard. yeah, that's good there. We'll do one more. Just, I don't know. I got to get some practice in before we do a serious one tomorrow. So we'll crack another one here. All right. Asylum Visitor. Mirren Crusader. Thran Dynamo. Emrakul. Remand. Rakdos. Sundering Titan. Frantic Search. And Glorybringer. All right, so this is why it gets very interesting, is because you know every card that the other player has. I know he has Reanimate. If this is Urza over here, this is me over here. I know he has Reanimate. I know he has Ashiok. For me, I'm looking at that Thran Dynamo and that Rakdos Signet and thinking I can ramp up. But if I pick that, I am leaving Emrakul open for him to grab, which doesn't really work with Reanimate, but if he happens to grab something else, it could be very good. I'm also looking at that Frantic Search and the Remand for him. If I happen to pick an up-down of one of those, the Frantic Search could be very good because he can discard a creature card and then bring it back with Reanimate. So I kind of don't want to leave that up to him either. And for me, the only thing I really want is that Thran Dynamo, the Rakdos Cygnus, and the Glorybringer. I mean, the Glorybringer is going to be the top if I go red deck wins. And I don't really think I'm going to be going into... I mean, I could go blue and go Emrakul, Remand, Rakdos Signet. I think we'll go Emrakul, Remand, and Rakdos Signet after all that. We'll take those. And then... I think we'll take the Frantic Search, Sundering Titan, and Glorybringer, because the Frantic Search, Sundering Titan is a very good pick. All right, we'll stop there. It was just a quick little overview video. I think it's going to be a very interesting delve into this tomorrow. I'm going to learn a lot along with you guys. So if you have any questions before that, please comment and we'll take a peek at it. But overall, I think that this is going to be a hit because I think it's something that no one knows really about, and making it 2-player is very interesting. It's just an easy way to get to drafting, and it goes by fast. I mean, that was a sixth of the drafting right there. And then after that, you would just do a quick round of deck building. So tomorrow we will do the entire draft. The next video after that will be making or showing off the decks and playing them. So this will be a 3-part series. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions, please comment, subscribe, like, and share. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for a nice little grid draft. Thanks, guys.